Good evening and welcome to Monday Night on Bad Dog Comedy TV, live on YouTube and Ayaka's Kitchen. Now, please give it up for your warm-up act, a toast.
Hello! Hi, how are you doing? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Okay. I'm a toast, sing I'm a toast. Yay. Ole. Okay. I got a joke, okay? Joke like a pan joke, okay? Okay. Knock. Who's there? Spanish bread who? A pan. Like pan, like a P-A-N, like a Spanish bread. A pan. Yeah, a pan. Joke about pan and pan together. Pan, yeah, and also bread. No, yeah? Okay, good job. Okay. I got another one. Okay. Knock. Who's there? Spanish coffee food. Cafe ole! Like some people think it's like cafe ole, like, Spanish because ole, not like French ole, but ole. Okay, am I doing okay? I need to check in with myself, I think. Am I okay? Am I okay? Hi everyone! How are you doing? How was Toast doing? Is Toast okay? He's I think he's fine. But sometimes he gets into, the pandemic mood. Okay, I'm making bad puns now. I'm gonna stop. But, I won't stop for the show. Hi, I'm Ayaka. And this is Ayaka's Kitchen on Bad Dog Comedy TV. So Bad Dog Comedy TV is run by Bad Dog Comedy Theater, Bad Dog Theater. And here is the donation link. Donate, just like if you are going to see live comedy show, you pay tickets. So here's the donation link for Bad Dog Comedy TV. And don't forget to subscribe, because this is a YouTube channel. You should subscribe and like and all that kind of stuff, and we're gonna all have fun. So yay, we are back on Ayaka's Kitchen, and today I am super excited, because my really good friend is coming to my kitchen today. And also, the cuisine that he's going to introduce is one of my favorite cuisines in the whole wide world. So, super excited. Let's talk to him. Let's bienvenidos, Manu. Hola.
Hello, everyone. Hola a todos.
Hola a todos. See, that's I love it. I hope I'm not butchering my Spanish pronunciation. I'm learning, Manu. How's my Spanish?
It's all right. I mean, for being married to a Spaniard,
Okay,
it'll be better.
Yeah. Okay. I'll keep learning. So yeah, Manu. I'm so excited because today it's all Spanish food, and I love Spanish food. You know that, and you're an amazing chef. Well,
Thank you.
can I tell what you do? Like
What?
in the show, you work for a bank. Like you're a banker. You like.
Oh yeah.
Like
Of course.
you're adult. You know what I mean? Like I'm an artist. I'm a kid. You're adult. But you are also amazing chef, and that surprises me all the time. Like every time you cook for me, and
Well-
it's amazing food. So I'm so excited to hear you all everything about Spanish food today. So
Yeah.
cool.
I was going to say I'm a banker, but I was an artist before.
True.
I-
Didn't you do like improv and stuff?
Yeah, I studied 3 years of drama, included improv and the classics, Chekhov and all that.
What's chifos? What
Oh,
chifos?
it's no. It's just a classic drama, like very, very old. It's considered one of the fathers of the modern, acting method. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you told me like this crazy story of like going to, was it the Philippines or the China, one of those countries, like you were at like open mic and then like you.
Oh yeah. I was in the Philippines in an open mic with a really good a stand-up artist, like a comedian, and then we had a really good time. I don't know, maybe it was the tequila that I had drunk before, but we had a really good time.
Amazing. Yeah, okay. So you know what we're talking about. We're gonna just have fun and talk about food today. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would love to ask this question. So I already talked about you. You are in the Philippines and you're in China. You lived in China, like all that kind of stuff. But what is your background?
Yeah, my background is Spanish. Spanish from Valencia. Maybe not a lot of people know where Valencia is, but it's a small city. Well, it's not that small, but medium city east of Spain by the Mediterranean coast. So if you think of Barcelona, that everyone knows, it's just 3 hours on a car ride
South.
down. Yeah, south.
Hmm. And the funny thing is, paella, which is probably one
Mhm.
of the most like popular Spanish food, is from Valencia. Or Valencia people, so Valencianos are so
Yeah, Valencia.
like proud of paella, isn't it?
Oh my God! If you dare to change an ingredient from paella, you're gonna get in big trouble. Yeah, we are pretty strict with that. But at the same time, there's so many types of paellas in the same region of Valencia, that each paella is different. But of course, paella from Valencia, what we call Valenciana, paella Valenciana.
Valenciana.
There's only one, and the ingredients are pretty strict. But there's lots of paellas in Spain, and I mean they're all really good. But yeah, the the real paella has a couple of veggies that I don't know how they're calling in English, but they're like faba beans and long beans,
Hmm.
and then it has chicken and rabbit. And I know a lot
Oh,
of
what?
chicken and
Really?
chicken and rabbit. Yeah,
What?
and yeah, go ahead. What?
Is the broth fish broth or
No, no,
chicken
there's
broth?
there's no broth. Like in the paella, you don't put broth. You just put the chicken, the rabbit, the veggies, and then you make the broth there. So you leave
Is the
you
rice?
exactly you leave it boiling for almost 1 hour and a half. And
Yes.
yeah, and I know we eat rabbits. We're terrible.
It's an authentic cuisine in some cultures. I
Yeah,
respect
well,
that.
here in Canada, actually, you can find rabbit a lot because the French ones also eat
French,
a lot of.
yeah, French cuisine, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so my knowledge about paella just like broken apart right now. I thought paella was always like fish broth and then like
No, no, no.
mussels,
Well, that
mussels
that's
and like
that's
shrimp.
the seafood paella. The seafood
Okay, but
paella, it is like that, but the authentic paella, the
mhm,
original, it's from made with products of the garden. Because in even though we are by the sea in my city,
yeah.
it's big rice fields. Yeah, in
Interesting.
Valencia. So actually, we produce more rice than some big rice eating countries like Japan.
What?
I know.
No.
Yeah, we
No
do.
way.
We
No.
produce a lot of rice in Valencia.
Really? Well, before I knew about paella and anything to do with like Valencia, what one thing I knew about Valencia was orange. Isn't that like
Yeah,
famous? Like Valencia orange is like a big thing, but
yeah,
rice is always
rice.
famous.
Yeah, yeah. In Valencia, we're big producers of rice. In fact, we have it's a big lake. I don't know if it's as big as Lake Ontario, but maybe half of Lake Ontario,
Mm. Oh, that's
and
huge.
and it's all rice producing.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah.
That explains it. Why you're so picky and strict about paella. Because
Well, I'm
it's,
I'm more open than some of my friends, but yeah,
yeah, you are. Sounds like you are. Because I heard about like Valenciano going to like different regions of Spain. Like this is not it. This is not
yeah.
paella. No, don't serve
Okay.
it.
So you know how you call it? You call it rice with things.
Rice
It's
with
not
things.
rice with things. If they try to make a paella without the original ingredients, you call it rice with things.
What is it? Arroz con
Con
uh,
cosas.
cosas. Arroz con
Con cosas.
cosas.
Arroz con cosas.
Okay, so maybe like for them, or for those like strict Valencianos, maybe sushi is rice con cosas.
No, well, that I don't know, but yeah, in Spain, yeah, for example, sushi. If you go to Spain and you eat sushi, you think we're criminals for sure, because we put like a lot of weird things in the sushi, like Philadelphia cheese, and
That's
weird,
good.
weird
I'm
stuff.
actually open minded, but yeah, now I do this myself and then like roll anything and everything. But yeah, that's true. Like first time I moved to Canada and seeing sushi like inside out roll, like even California rolls, like
Mm.
dynamite rolls, I was in shock. Like Who came up with this? This is not sushi. Don't call it sushi. So I did have that attitude to begin with, and now
Yeah.
this is what I do. So that's funny.
Yeah, you deal with it. I mean, if it's good, it's good. I
Yeah.
think it's more about how you call it, right? Because some people call it paella valenciana, and then they put chorizo on it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, I'm learning so much already. Rabbits and chicken. I did not know
I know.
that at all. So today we thought of doing paella, but instead we went tapas style. Tapas are also like a very Spanish thing. And can you explain what tapas are? Tapas means
Well,
first?
the word tapas comes from when in Spain when they serve you when not now, but when they used to serve you a drink, you would put a plate on top of the drink, so a fly or anything falls in. So in that plate, usually they put some food and they give it to you for free with the drink,
Wow,
and that's
there
where it came.
was
And
history
that's
to
where
it. That's
tapa
so funny.
tapa means cover
Cover, yes.
in Spanish.
You know, like some people put like a coaster on top of the thing, and the reason why they do that is so no
Yeah.
one puts like a sleeping pill. How do you say that? Like a
Oh yeah.
Luffy? But I
Yeah, well,
don't remember.
yeah.
Yeah, so you don't get kidnapped. But
No,
you
but
said so the
back then
bugs don't go in.
back then we didn't need those things, but yeah. No,
That's
this was long time ago before I was born, so I guess they didn't
Tapas.
need.
Okay. The cover. Okay. That's so interesting. You know, I just assumed tapas means like a small plate or something, and then there is actually history and a reason why it's that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but well,
yeah.
now tapas means basically a small dish that you share with your
Mhm.
friends. So when
Yeah.
you don't want to have a full meal, it's more like an appetizer. You just order
Mm.
tapas, and everyone can try different things.
Yes. Yes. I like it. I had like some not
Oh,
Spanish.
sorry.
Wait. Is that Bianca?
Yeah. Sorry, one
Bianca.
second.
Hola.
Hey,
That's Manu's child.
you're not allowed in the
Oh,
show. Okay.
Bianca. She can join. She can join.
Say
Hi.
hi.
Hola. ¿Cómo
Hi.
estás?
Hi.
Hi. How are you
Okay,
doing?
sorry.
It's the first time we had a child in the show. First time we had a child in the show, so it's a great
Pamela,
thing.
can you get Bianca, please? Sorry about that.
That's so cute. That's perfect. Okay, so tapas. You talked about tapas like sharing with people in like a small portions instead of like a full meal.
Yeah.
We have that in Japan called tsumami, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
was talking with a Philippine person from Philippines saying that is also a thing. Burutan or Louboutin. I always mix up the expensive shoes name is Burutan, Louboutin, one of those. And then so like some cultures have that, and yeah, but I feel like when I say to people, okay, let's have tsumami, people don't really understand. But when I say, oh, let's have tapas, people understand. Oh yeah, smallish. Yeah, so that's really good. So we have a few of them today. Can you tell them what they are?
Okay.
I'm gonna
So,
show
which
my
one do you want to
camera.
show first?
Okay, first I got croquetas.
Oh, croquetas. Ooh, one of my favorites.
Yes, me too. Well, in Spain, you get a lot more portions.
Yeah. These are basically deep fry dough balls that are made with flour and milk, and then
Yeah.
you add another ingredient to flavor them. So it's usually it's ham or cod or chicken, but you can make them with pretty much anything. But the traditional ones are ham, cod, and chicken, and then you deep fry them, and that's how they get that crust. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
some people put breadcrumbs in the outside to give that. I think those have breadcrumbs in the outside.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah, you call it
and
dough. I think it's a bechamel, right? Like
yeah,
a
it's
white.
bechamel. Yeah, I didn't want
Yeah,
to use
bechamel.
the the technical term, but yeah, it's bechamel. Bechamel is the sauce that you use to make
Yeah.
the croquetas.
Yeah, and ham is jamon, the Spanish
Yeah,
prosciutto. Prosciutto
yeah,
is the
exactly.
Italian word, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, jamon.
but
Yeah, jamon, so good. Okay, next, let's do this. What's this?
oh, this is sobrasada. This is it's hard to explain. So sobrasada in the Spanish means baked leftovers.
Oh, what?
So
I had no idea.
yeah. So it's basically in Spain we eat a lot of pig. So everything that is left from the pig,
Mhm.
it's put into a concoction of paprika and spices, and it's left there drying and
Mhm.
macerating, and then it becomes this sobrasada. So it's the leftovers of the pig in paprika, in Spanish pimenton.
Yes, pimiento. Pimiento is like a smoky taste. Is
Yeah,
that the one?
the smoked paprika. That's that spice that is like reddish,
Yeah, often like a powder form,
like
right?
a
Or is
powder.
it always
Yes.
powder? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Oh, I did not know it was like a leftover thing.
Well, I guess now it's not leftovers, but that's the story of the dish. Is That's why it's called baked leftovers, because once you have used everything from the pig,
Hmm.
then what's left over it was put into a like a sausage, and
Yeah,
then you with all the paprika and all the spices, and you leave it there, and it became like a staple now.
yeah, it makes sense. I guess like sausage or even like hot dogs, North American hot dogs, probably not the most expensive meat, but
Yeah.
things that they get as a steak is in the thing, I guess. Yeah, very similar thing. And this is
Oh, patatas bravas. Oh,
yes.
I see you've eaten half of them already.
Hey, 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 hey! Yeah.
uh, this is one of the most order dishes in Spain. Like everywhere you go, you always order patatas bravas. Like the other
Mhm.
ones may be yes or no, but patatas bravas is like always on the table in Spain. Basically, are boiled potatoes and then deep fried quickly.
Boil and then
Yeah,
deep fry.
first,
Mhm.
yeah, because otherwise they become fries.
Yeah,
If you
true.
don't. So these are boiled first, so they're soft inside, right, and they're cut thicker. So
Mhm.
first boil and then deep fried, and then you do a sauce, which is made of spicy sauce and the famous, and maybe you didn't know this, but famous aioli, which is
Yes.
which is from Spain.
Yes, it's not like a wait mayonnaise and garlic
It
together.
Exactly, it's a garlic mayonnaise. So
Garlic.
aioli, it means garlic and olive, sorry, and
Mm.
oil, garlic and oil, and it's in Valenciano or in Catalan.
Ah,
Yeah,
cool.
I is garlic and oli is oil.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Also, mayonnaise is also Spanish. Is what I learned recently. It's like a
There's a
mahon,
Yeah,
mahon mayonnaise.
it's from Mahon, like
Hmm.
Rafael Nadal is from Mahon.
Yes,
So
Mallorca, Mallorca. No,
yeah,
Mallorca, Mallorca,
Mallorca.
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 Found those, found those.
So
Yeah.
Rafael Nadal is from the city where the mayonnaise is, but there's a debate there if it's French. When the French were invading Mahon,
Oh.
they created that recipe, but they don't know if they copied from somebody from the natives in Mahon or if it's French. So there's still the debate there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little controversial. It's like
Oh, it is.
geographically Spain, but
Yes,
maybe it was under French influence. Okay.
exactly.
Interesting. Okay, and then one last thing, but there are two things in here.
That's called boquerones with olive oils. Boqueron, I think, is what's the name of the fish in English? It's
I
the
don't
like
know. Sardine? Sardine?
the anchovy.
Anchovy?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's an anchovy that instead of I don't know what process is to make the anchovy. I guess it's salted. So the
Mhm.
boquerons are made in vinegar. So basically,
Ah,
are pickle anchovies,
yes. So they're
and
cured.
yeah, they're sour and they're delicious. I love them.
Yes. And then olives are also like a staple of tapas. Like every time like you go to a
Yes,
bar, the first thing comes is like a small like bits of olives.
yes, olives.
Yeah.
It's very famous in Spain. We even have spitting contests of the pit of the olive. We have a
Huh?
national. When you eat an olive, there's a pit inside.
Yes.
So we have national competitions of who can spit that the farthest.
That's
It's not. It's
funny.
a very countryside thing, but it's pretty popular.
Popular and everyone gets serious, right? It's not like a
Yeah.
joke. Everyone's like, okay, I'm gonna win today.
No, this is a joke. In fact, I think
It's a joke. Okay.
one. No, it's not a joke.
It's not a joke.
It's not a joke. One Spaniard, I think, has the record of speeding it farther.
Wow, that's funny that anything can be competition, but it becomes a thing once many people are interested or
Yeah.
get serious about it, and that's why.
or have drank too many beers.
That's cool. Oh, now thinking about like competitions and festivals and stuff. Spain has so many cool things. One is a tomato throwing
Oh yeah, yeah.
festival. How do you call that?
That's called la tomatina.
La tomatina.
Tomatina, because tomatina, tomato is I don't know how to say it in Spanish now. It's tomate, tomate,
Tomate.
tomate. So from tomate, tomatina, which is basically a tomato war.
Tomato war.
Yeah, and this started because of overproduction of tomatoes, and,
Wow, that
and
sounds
they
like heaven.
yeah, and they couldn't sell them, so they started to have this this war,
Wow.
and yeah, it became popular. Like
Spanish tomato is so good. Like
yeah,
I guess lots of sun, or I don't know, maybe different kinds of tomatoes, but like
yeah, I don't
just
know.
like I can eat tomato like out like apple,
Yeah,
no problem.
they're
It's
pretty
so
good.
good. Yeah. Wow. And there's of course another bullfight. How do you take on that? What's your take on that bullfight?
The bullfight, well, I mean, I like the bullfight, but I don't like that they kill the bull at the end. I would be
Mm,
fine if they keep the bullfight, but they don't kill the bull. Like they just
mm.
let them be. But I do like bullfight, but I don't like they make the bull suffer. That I don't like.
Yeah. Oh no. Good. Yeah. It's so hard. Like so many things. Like in Japanese culture as well as like anywhere in the world, there are so many like traditions and customs and like culture. So much culture. But nowadays it's like we should rethink if it's a good thing or bad thing. But
Yeah, I mean,
also that's a tradition and like it's yeah.
exactly. But there's lots
Mm-hmm.
of weird traditions, like the Mayans used to kill kids and sacrifice their hearts to the gods. So it doesn't mean we have to, keep doing it. So there's things that can change.
Yeah. There's so many things around the world like that. And yeah, today, what do you think I should make sushi with? Because for the past few weeks,
Mm.
I'm so greedy and put everything in the sushi, and it just becomes huge and it just breaks, like falls
I
apart.
think a good combination would be the potatoes with the sobrasada.
Yes, that's good. Patatas bravas with sobrasada. Okay, I'll do that. So I'm
Eh,
gonna mix. I'm
yeah,
gonna start rolling. I'm gonna start making sushi now with patatas bravas and
you didn't
sobrasada.
show the chips.
Oh, I forgot. So show us. I forgot. Yay, chips.
These are ham flavored chips. They're
Yeah,
pretty good.
it's Iberico, jamón ibérico.
They're pretty good. I don't know where you got them at the restaurant too.
Yeah, they serve chips as like one of the dish. Like I ordered it from
No,
the
these are
restaurant.
really good. I think they're made in Barcelona.
Oh, interesting. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm gonna dive into something. Some people may avoid talking about it. How do you feel about Barcelona? Barcelona.
Barcelona, you mean that they want to separate, or
Yeah,
what?
all that kind of stuff. What's your take?
I think they're kind of brainwashed by the politicians. Kind of they've um, the problem there is that it comes from long time ago,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe before it made sense somehow because they had certain privileges that they were taken
Mm-hmm.
away.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but nowadays it doesn't make sense because, for starters, it's not confirmed, and I mean I'm not gonna go into this controversy of if Barcelona was a country or not. I
Mm-hmm.
believe it was not a country, and the history books say that it was not a country. It
Mm-hmm.
was a county. It was not a
Mm,
country. It
okay.
was a county.
Okay.
So the county had certain privileges, certain laws that didn't apply to the rest of Spain, and those were removed at some point, right? And that's where the
Mm,
controversy started. But um, the politicians now have lied to the kids, right? They put money into media, into schools, to
yeah.
brainwash the kids that Spain is bad, and we rob Catalonia, like we take their money,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
the Catalonia is self-sufficient, etc., which is not true, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all this the funny thing is that most of these politicians that in the past have been promoting these types of ideas they were robbing the most to Catalonia. Like most of them
Mm,
are now prosecuted, and they have been discovered. Accounts have been discovered in different fiscal haven countries. So
mm,
basically, the guys that said that Spain was robbing Catalonia, they were the ones robbing Catalonia. But
mm,
at the but now all the kids are brainwashed, and they want, they believe these lies that they have been told. So that's my take on it. And independence is not the problem, but they want independence and they want the privileges, right? So if
I
you're
see.
independent, you have to be independent on your own. You cannot just be
Mm,
independent and keep, getting money from Spain and all, and from
yeah.
Europe, for example. Europe wouldn't recognize Catalonia as a country. So it's
Mm,
it's just it's just a bunch of lies. So, and in a progressive, globalized world, it doesn't make sense to put more borders. It would be the opposite. You have to remove borders, make, like the European Union, remove
mm,
borders. That's what it makes
mm,
sense. It doesn't make sense to go smaller. And yeah, no, that's my take.
mm. Yeah. Also, another point of view that doesn't make sense is if they separate, then they have their own national league for soccer,
Oh
football.
yeah.
It's not gonna be.
Well, I don't like a lot
Barca is
soccer.
only.
Yeah, I don't like a lot soccer. That's why I didn't make this analogy. But yes, the Barca will play, with the small villages in Barcelona. No more Madrid. No more Liverpool. No, no, no.
Uh,
Like Messi will go to another team for sure. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. That's funny. Yeah, if anyone watching this and a little bit lost on it, Catalonia and Spain, there's like always they're making things on the headlines, news, and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we are talking
yeah,
about. Politics,
yeah,
a little bit
yeah.
of politics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no, and it's true that Barcelona makes a lot of money within Spain, but it
Mhm.
does it's not enough to be self-sufficient. So they
As a
need,
country, yeah.
yeah, as a country, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for sharing that. It's always like interesting to hear like people actually from their opinions instead of just like reading news and articles of
Yeah,
something. But this is like an actual voice that I hear from
yeah. Well,
people from
there's
there.
there's
So
different opinions. I'm sure if you ask a Catalonian, they may tell you different. But
mm,
Catalonia is not 100% separatist. It's 50-50, I would say, at this
mm,
point. 50.
I see. I see. Oh, that's interesting too. And then going back to cuisine, going back to
Yeah.
the food culture. This is like as well as football culture. It's like one of the things like when I think of Spain or like Spanish culture, cuisine is huge and everyone loves food. Everyone I have met who's from Spain talks about food all the time or like loves food or like picky about what they eat, but picky in the sense of like fresh ingredients, not really like
Yeah.
talking about expensive cuisine. It's like it has to be fresh and has to like taste the ingredients, all that kind of stuff. Well, how do you feel about food? What's your stories about food?
Yeah. I mean, in Spain, the food we eat 5 times a day.
5 times.
Five
Tell,
times a
tell us.
day.
There's something like tell us.
We do we do breakfast.
Yes.
We do almuerzo, which is what there's no translation, but is what is between breakfast and desayuno is breakfast.
Mm.
What is between breakfast and lunch is almuerzo.
What do you
So
have there? What do you have then?
so then you can have a sandwich, or tapas, or something quick, a croissant
Yeah,
with,
croissant.
with something.
Actually, what about going back to this? What do you have for breakfast?
Breakfast is something. It's not a lot. We don't have big breakfast like in America. We have usually cereals or toast with jam or honey, something
Mm.
quick, yogurt. So that's why you're hungry in a couple of
Before
hours.
lunch?
Exactly,
Yeah.
before lunch, and you have the almuerzo. So
Yes.
then you have the sandwich,
Uh-huh.
and then this is around 12, and
Okay.
then at 2 p.m. is when you have the lunch, which is
Okay, so it's shifted. The time is also shifted because like
yeah,
12 is considered like a
mm,
lunchtime in North
yeah,
America, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
So at 2 p.m. you have your lunch, and then at 5 p.m. you have what we call merienda, which is,
Mm.
there's no translation, but it's what is between dinner and lunch.
Yes, yes. Because 5 p.m. Some people have early dinner and that's like 5, but like that's
Yeah,
dinner yet for
Yeah,
Spain.
not dinner yet.
So what do you have then?
For merienda, we usually have fruits or another sandwich, something small. It's not big, or cookies or a yogurt, something quick.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
love
it's not big.
sandwich.
Yeah, yeah. We love bread. We love bread. So
Pan, pan. Did you
pan.
like my pan? Did you like my
Yeah.
pan? No, so okay.
So
Más o
you
menos.
there's room for improvement there.
I like your honesty. Okay, good. Okay, so after merienda, is that
And
right?
then merienda is around 5 or 6, and then
Mm-hmm.
at 9 p.m. we have dinner, which is something that has
9 p.m.
been widely criticized. Like it's late.
Yeah,
It's late.
what about like children? Like, what time do they go to bed and do they still
Yeah,
eat at night?
yeah, they do. I'm
So they stay
not
up
really
later.
not really small kids, but
Hmm.
10, I guess 7, after 7 or 8 years old, they eat with the adults. So at
Hmm.
9 p.m. you have dinner, and then you go to sleep around 11 or
Oh,
11:30.
late.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, even later. I mean, Spaniards are definitely infamous for going to sleep late.
Uh-huh. But like
Yeah.
you wake up early. Oh, you know what? I think it's important to mention about siesta as well because of siesta probably that works out. So what's siesta?
Well, siesta is and it's not that popular anymore. But
Ah.
before, it's not that popular anymore because we are adapting to European schedules, which are more
Okay.
similar. We are more similar to American schedules, to North
Yes.
American schedules.
Yeah.
So siesta before at 2 p.m. everything stopped and everyone would go home and have 2 hours. So basically, you wouldn't return to work until 4 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's
during
so yeah.
yeah
Go ahead.
no so during that time you had time to have lunch, to make siesta, to do whatever you want. So people would sleep for a bit, like 30 minutes.
It is so cool that it works out because everyone does it, and like it doesn't work out if like I really want to have a nap, but everyone else is working. I cannot be lazy. Like it makes sense. Like the government or like whatever, like the region's like okay, let's shut everything down and everyone go do something
Yeah,
for
yeah.
like during the daytime. I think that's very like efficient in a way.
It is, and siesta has been demonstrated to improve productivity. But of course, if you
Mm-hmm.
if you spend 2 hours, you have to spend 2 more hours working. So you end up work at
Mm.
7 or 8, and people didn't like that. So people prefer to skip siesta and leave at 6. But it's
Ah.
actually pretty good for productivity. In fact, I think I read some Japanese companies were implementing siesta rooms
Well, you know what?
in the company.
I think I've never heard about Japanese company. I believe you, but I heard I think Google or Yahoo or those like tech companies making like nap rooms.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So it's probably coming from the idea of siesta. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's
So
cool.
yes.
And then going back to the meals. So dinner, what kind of things do you eat for dinner?
Oh yeah, and dinner,
Like tell
dinner,
us typical thing, typical Spanish thing.
dinner. I don't know, a piece of meat, fish, sausages. In Spanish, we have a word that defines all the type of sausages that we can eat because we have lots of different types of sausages, like blood sausage, chorizo, longaniza.
Yeah.
Like it's the regular sauce, like more like an Italian sausage. We have like tons of sausages. So um, we eat anything. But my point saying that we have five, we eat 5 times a day is that out of those 5 times, three are sitting at the table and cooked
Mm.
cooked meals, right? Like
Mm.
they're not fast food. Like merienda and almuerzo are not. They're quick, but the rest of them we sit at the table and we take the time to prepare the food, and we spend at least an hour eating. It's not something that is quick. So
Mm.
I think that relates or is linked to um, that you get ingredients almost every day from the market
Yes.
because you cook every day, right? So you cannot have things in the fridge for a long time, or they don't last in the fridge for a long time. So in Spain, we every neighborhood has its own market. Here in Toronto, you have the St. Lawrence market, so that's
Mm.
just one market that you have. But in Spain, each neighborhood has its own market, and there's one big
Mm.
market.
Wow, it makes sense. It just like clicked in my brain today. Everything is fresh because you go through so much ingredients in the
Mm.
day. It just like keeps coming in, and of course, keeps coming in, fresh things.
Right.
That makes sense. And I like that, like it's a market. It's not like a big supermarket, but more like a local market. Is that
Well,
what you mean?
there are more now that they're the more big supermarkets, but it's still they source everything from the producers from the around the area. We don't have in Spain. You won't go to the supermarket and find, I don't know, fruits from Chile,
Oh
right?
yeah.
It's hard because all the fruits that are in the market are from the season, right? So,
Hmm.
for example, my mom sees me sometimes here in the camera and I'm eating strawberries, and
Yeah.
she's like, "But it's not a strawberry season." And I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
but they come from, I don't know, from Mexico." So in
Uh-huh.
Spain, that's not a thing that is in their mind. It's like it's not season for strawberries. Why are you eating strawberries?
Yes, my mother says the same thing. Like that's not season right now, or
Yeah,
like oh you should have blah blah in winter because it's more delicious. Like
yeah,
they are very how to say knowledgeable about seasons and like
yeah,
what's
yeah, yeah,
available.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's really really good. Oh wow, what's your favorite Spanish food? If you have to pick like three things or ingredients as well,
Ingredients.
or Spanish food. Like these are the
Yeah.
things like even now you live in Canada, but like I miss it so much, or like you try to make it
Mm.
or anything
Well,
like that.
there's one of the things that I miss the most is the blood sausage, because the blood, I know there's some blood sausages in Toronto, but
Yeah.
they're Portuguese style, which is
Yes.
really good, but they don't taste like the ones that I like. So that blood sausage is never to be found here. It's impossible to find it. It's specific from Valencia, and
Uh-huh.
it's different because it's mixed with spices and onion inside.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna
Sorry.
say like what's in the blood, but it's the
No, yeah,
onion. It's the onion.
they no, they do have blood. It's mixed with blood. That's why it becomes it's the black sausage that here in Canada you eat a lot too because of the French influence. But
Yes, yes.
it tastes different. Tastes different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And besides from that, I missed the lamb. Um,
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
yeah, also because it tastes different. And in Spain we eat the regular lamb, which is the adult lamb, and we eat
Yeah, yeah.
the baby lamb. But
Mm-hmm.
here, I guess it's so expensive to produce it that they don't eat the baby lambs because it's a waste.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm bad because I eat baby lambs, but I love them. They're very good.
It's
And
cultural. It's
it's
cultural.
cultural. And then the pig, the same with the pig. Like we eat the
Mm.
big pig, but then we eat the baby pig,
Oh, okay.
piglet, and we make it in
Mm.
the in wood fire oven, and then
Mm.
the skin on top becomes shiny and golden,
Yes.
like the Filipino style
Lechon? Lechon?
lechon, exactly.
Mm.
But
Mm.
it's a baby
Yeah,
pig,
yeah.
and it's delicious.
You feel
And
bad, but it's
I'm a
still
terrible person, but
yeah. For me, like yeah, I have tried like bunch of Spanish food, and one thing I liked so much in Spain, and I told this Spanish friend, and he laughed so much that like that was the most like memorable food I had was pimientos de padron.
oh yeah,
Okay, your reaction's not bad, but like I was shocked. It's like how do you call it? Like a
there's
pepper?
it's like the shishito peppers here. I guess it's the
Yeah,
closest you can get. But
yeah.
it's yeah, they're small peppers like this size more or less,
Hmm.
and ones are super spicy and others not. So
Yeah. So
so
like you never know.
you never know. So in Spain we have a saying that is pimientos de padrón. Ones are spices and others none. I guess so. They eat
Uh,
rhyme.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it's just like fried, right? Like fried in like high
Yeah,
heat, probably like
yeah, yeah. Quickly,
and
quickly.
quickly, very quickly. Must be like very
Yeah,
quick, very simple. Just like fried pepper and salt and good olive oil. Like that's
yeah.
all you need to make that
That's it.
like dish. I was in shock how like any like bars or like small bars or bars they don't look fancy. It's just like a dark or like a countryside. Doesn't matter where I go, wherever I go, and then like order pimientos de padrón. It's always good. So I'm like shocked how simple things can be so good. Like
Yeah,
Spanish
yeah. One
cuisine.
one very typical dish in Spain is toast with tomato on top.
pan con tomate.
Pan con
But that's
tomate.
do you do the garlic?
Yeah, so yeah, the garlic too.
That's also like first time I saw was like surprised like raw garlic. Some people like have
Yeah,
toast and
raw garlic.
like
Yeah, yeah.
grate, yeah, grate
Grate it
on
with
the like
grate
hard,
it all with the tomato, and it's delicious. And
yeah,
the tomato is very tasty with the garlic and a bit of salt.
yes, yeah, just like salt, a little bit of olive oil. Olive
Hmm.
oil makes everything perfect.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, yeah. So Spanish cuisine like has both like it's so simple. Like look at this. This is like fish. It's like vinegar. You said vinegar, olive oil, and just like olives inside. And
Mm.
this is the dish. And I'm sure this is as like satisfying and like so delicious as if someone cooked like a meal for like 5 hours straight in the
Yeah,
oven. Like
yeah,
it's it's great. Like how things can be both in
yeah.
Spanish cuisine.
Yeah, in Spain we don't have the culture of going out that much to big fancy restaurants. I mean,
Mm.
it's getting there now because all the cuisine that is coming around in the world, like all these
Mhm.
big chefs and big names, and with the Michelin star restaurants and all that.
Yeah, lots of Michelin stars in
Yeah,
Spain, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But before, like when I was young, I don't remember like us going to restaurants a lot. It's not a thing in Spain. We go to the what we call the bar, which is not a bar for drinking. The bar is where you eat the
Mhm.
tapas.
Yeah,
Here,
yeah.
here, where you say when you say a bar in North America is the bar for having
Drinking.
drinks. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but in Spain, when you go to the bar, it's just tapas bar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, so good. Like, yeah, it's so how to say, versatile Spanish cuisine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
like,
each little bar is specialized in its tapas. So you can go
mm,
to a bar for his omelette, and to another bar for his boquerones, for his anchovies, and another bar is specialized in, I don't know, shrimps or seafood. So
oh,
yeah,
gambas. Oh,
gambas.
so
Yeah.
good, so good. Yeah, oh, so good. And as we are talking, I already rolled the roll.
Oh,
So,
that was quick.
Manu, would you like to name this roll?
You can call it roll a la española.
Oh, roll a la española.
Yeah.
Nice. Roll a la española. Spanish sushi roll is what it is. And there's like patatas bravas and roll a la
Yeah, it's
española.
pretty good.
Pretty good. You got Enye. Sean's got
I
Enye.
know the.
Yeah. Yeah, there's sobrasada and patatas bravas, and I got a bunch of those alioli and stuff in there. So I have to eat one and tell you how it
Let's
is.
see how it is.
Yeah, and every time I eat in this show, I don't want people to hear me chew, so I asked Sean to put drum roll. So Sean, if you can put drum roll, that's great. And also Manu, since you did drama and like you're such a clown, you're such a funny banker. Do you want to sing a Spanish song while I eat?
Spanish. Huh?
Anything, ketama, chamba, or any kind of like flamenco guitar riff, anything you can sing.
Okay, let me see. Okay, okay, I know one. Ready?
Itadakimasu. Que aproveche. Mhm.
Okay. Ya no quiero recordarte, ya ni siquiera ni un momento, pues llevo tu imagen, graba en mi pensamiento. Noches de bohemia y de ilusión, que no me da ya la razón. ¿Cómo te olvidaste de esto?
Ole! This is so good.
Was it good? Eagle. Did it go well,
So
the
good.
sobrasada?
Because sobrasada is so salty, I didn't need soy sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for the next piece, I'm not gonna have soy sauce, but it's so good. Actually, this combination was perfect. Like patatas bravas, like a little bit crunchy, but like soft inside, and sobrasada has like this similar texture with the rice. So, oh, so good! I love Spanish food. And this is something that we didn't try, but I'm gonna try it. So
Yeah, have you
yeah,
tried it before?
No, I don't think so. I have tried
It's not,
anchovies, but
it's not everyone's
specifically.
Ali, but try it. See what you think.
Okay. How do you call this again?
Boquerones.
Boquerones. Okay, I want to have a small piece. I'm gonna try to cut it in case like I'm like scared or like too vinegar.
Scared?
Okay, sing the song again. Sing the song
They
again.
they don't bite.
They don't bite. Their heads off already. Okay, sing the song again.
Again?
Kanta.
Chew faster this time.
Oh, so good.
You like it?
Yeah, I love it. Vinegary, but
Yeah,
also
Boquerones
with the olive.
Boquerones in vinegar is usually how it's
Yeah,
called.
and also because of olive oil, I think the vinegar gets rid of the fishiness of the like a
Well,
fish smell.
You're supposed to eat one. I think in Spain how we eat them is one boqueron and one olive at the same time. I don't know if that's supposed to reduce the bitterness, but yeah.
That's funny you said that because there are 5 pieces and then 5 olives in
Oh,
there.
it's true. It's true.
So they know what they're doing. I cannot say
Barrabal.
Barrabal. I cannot say that.
They know,
Barrabal. Yeah. Go support local restaurant, everybody. Okay, and then one last thing. Croquetas. Croquetas was
yeah,
like my
croquetas.
second favorite always after pimientos de padrón.
I'm gonna
Okay.
try it too.
Yeah. Okay, so do you want me to sing Spanish food? Que tama.
I don't mind if you hear me chewing or not.
Okay. Okay, いただきます。
They're pretty good.
Sean, thank you so much for the drum roll. It's like a suspense. Is it good or is it bad? It's really good.
Yeah, they know what
Yeah.
they're doing. Definitely.
They know what they're doing.
Pretty
Yeah, yeah, that's really good. Okay, so I'm gonna have a feast / fiesta. I'm gonna have this like food fiesta here, and yeah, I'm gonna just eat this. It's so good. I love Spanish food, and I'm so happy you came here to talk about it. And I even gained some new knowledge today. I gained knowledge. Yeah, thank you so much,
good.
Manu.
Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And thank you, Sean. Sean, I didn't hear your voice today in the show. Do you want to say anything? Hola.
Hola.
Sean's a technician doing everything behind the scenes. So thank you, Sean. And here's the donation link again. This is the Bad Dog Comedy TV donation link. So yeah, let's support Bad Dog Theater because they are amazing. They are a great place, great community. And they're doing amazing shows, not just Ayaka's Kitchen, but there's so many shows. And don't forget to subscribe. It's a YouTube channel. And yeah, I'm happy. I miss Spain. I want to go to Spain.
Yeah, me too. I've been there in 2 years now because of the
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah. But you know what? Until we go back there, I will just keep rolling sushi with sobrasada and that will do.
Yeah, that will keep you going for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, muchas gracias para todos, Manu. And
De nada.
and cuídate.
Cuídate.
Hasta pronto.
Hasta pronto.
And say hi to Bianca. Today's
Yeah,
show is
she-
featured by little Bianca, and
She
so
wanted
cute.
some camera time.
She's a star. Great.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. So thank you so much. I'll say hasta pronto. Is that how you close the show, or like what
Yeah.
do you say?
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Okay. I'm gonna say that properly. Correct my pronunciation. Okay. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
It's okay. Okay. Hasta luego.
Better Sunday, better Sunday, better Sunday, better Sunday.